Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike, and I'm excited to share another Divi tutorial with you. My goal here is to make learning Divi as straightforward as possible. Today we're going to see how to add background masks and patterns to a Divi header so you can create a cool effect. So if that's something you might be interested in, just grab your favorite beverage, hit that like button, and let's get started. So the desired outcome that we're looking to achieve here would be this header over here. Good use cases for these would be if you have a call to action button that you want to draw people's attention to. You can use these kind of patterns and, well, masks to try and shift the person's attention to that particular call to action. So in this case, it's this button over here. All right, so let's see how we can build this out. Well, the first thing we'll need to do is we'll need to just create a new page. All right, so we just come in here, we click add new page. Menu mask background demo. Oh. Mask background demo, and we want to use the Divi builder for that. Once that loads up, we want to go and load a layout. So I'm using Divi 5. If you're using Divi 4, you might have been prompted in the beginning to either do build from scratch, build with the layout, or use AI, and you can just click on the user pre-made layout. But in Divi 5, we come in here and then we click on this button over here to add a layout, and then you see similar kind of look as what you would have seen if you're using Divi 4. So we click pre-made layout. I'm going to come here on the left hand side and I'm going to click health and fitness because I'm looking for this particular layout over here, which is the tennis club, which is a little bit of a difference from if you're used to my tutorials. It's a difference from the finance one. All right, so I'm going to click on that and I am just going to use the landing page. All right, so if you want to follow along using this specific design, you can just follow those steps. Otherwise, you can use the colors, look and feel that'll suit your design that you want to build out. All right, so once that's loaded, I am just going to save this and I'm going to exit it. That's it. All right. Why you come here? That's interesting. Let's jump in here and let's go preview. That's never happened to me before, but this is where we want to be. All right, so usually if we click the exit button there, we would be taken back to the front end of the site or the page. Okay, so I'm going to leave this open here. And then what I want to do is I want to jump into my theme builder. So theme builder is in the background. If you go Divi theme builder, then you'll see something like this. Okay, I have quite a few created already, so that's why it's like this. Otherwise, you would just really see this and this. All right, and they'll be next to each other. So I'm going to add a new template here. So this template that I'm going to build now is I want to build a header that is only going to show on this one page. All right. So I'm just going to refresh this page just to ensure that it'll take note that I've created that page. Add a new template, build a new template. I'm going to say specific pages, and I'm just going to select that page I've just created. And then I'm going to hit create template. All right, so what that's done is it's now set me up that anything I build over here is only going to be displayed on this one page. All right, so we want to do the custom header, build a custom header. Once that opens up, I'm going to change my section settings to a background color of 171717, and that is just to have that dark background to try and match this kind of colors that we have going on here in this design. All right, so once we have that in place, the next thing we want to do is we're going to add a background pattern. So you can do that still in the section settings, just here, background pattern, and we're going to add for this particular one, it's going to be the pills. Okay. Then we want to add in the color for this one, and that's going to be 255, 255, all the way down to 1. So okay, so 0.1. So only 10% is going to show. Then the next thing we want to do is we want to have custom size for the pattern size, and then I'm going to make it just 1. All right, so it's going to be very small, because all we're looking for is we're looking like for this textured background. We're not looking for an actual pattern that people are going to look at and go, ooh, that looks pretty. But we're looking for this textured background. And then once that is done, we can also be sure to take away the padding, because we don't want any excess padding on our section. So just 0 and 0 on the bottom there as well. Okay, so once that is done, we can now jump in and add a row. So if we go back to the example that we did in the beginning, you can see over here we have the elements on the left hand side, which is the menu, and then on the right hand side we have a button. So the easiest way to get this done, to ensure that you always keep the sizing and the spacing and everything intact, is to use 2 different columns in this row. So the columns that we want to use in this particular one is, I'm going to use this one. So it's for the row on the left hand side and for the button on the right hand side. So I'm going to click there. And so the first thing it's going to ask me to add something to my left column. So the left column, if you can recall, will be the menu. All right, so once that is open, I'm just going to go into the menu settings. I'm going to add in my logo. And once my logo is added in, I'm going to click on elements here. Now I'm not sure if you can see it because of the difference in color, but over here they have a shopping cart, and over here they have a search icon, right? I don't want this to show. Now I have to be honest, I haven't tried this myself before. If I just leave it there, because it says here that it's disabled, if it'll show on the front end or not. Maybe we should just take a look and see what it does. If I hit save here, and then I exit, and I save changes here just to register this new template, and we go to the front end and we hit refresh. See, it still displays those things, those icons. So if we come into the back end, we go back to that menu. This might be a bug for Divi, but if we come here to the elements, to get rid of that, all we do is we just activate it and we turn it off. And then we activate it and we turn it off. And if I save this now, and we go back there, refresh, you see it's gone. Okay, so unfortunately it's a it's a small thing that we have to struggle with, but I'm sure the Elegant Themes will sort it out. Okay, so the next things we want to change is we want to change our font on our menu design. So if we come to design over here, we go to menu text. Now be careful not to click on active link color, but shoot all the way down to menu text color, and we just make that white. I then also want to change my font type to Cum Sans, and I want to make this semi-bold. I think that should stand out enough. Now the next thing that I want to do for my menu is I also want to make sure that when I hover over it, that it'll change color so that I can see that which items I am hovering over. So to do so, let's jump back into our menu, our front end here, and I just want to inspect this. And once that opens up, what I'm looking for is I want this yellow color code, right? And that is this font color. So if I come back to my menu text color here, what I want to do is I want to change the hover. But you can see here, because I'm using Divi 5, there's no states. It doesn't show you, I want to be in the regular state, I want to be in the hover state. It doesn't have that. Instead, what they've done is they've moved it to the top right here. And so if I select hover, it will then show me all of the items that are available to change for hover. So if I change here, it will then be changed. So now if I hover over the text, it'll show me this yellow color. But the interesting thing to see is that all the other items are actually disabled. The ones that you cannot change just for a hover state. But this change over here will now reflect all the way down. So any changes that I make anywhere here will only be affected by the hover state. All right, so that's quite an interesting, quite a cool thing that Elegant Themes has brought in with Divi 5. No longer have to always check where. All right, so that's all I want. So I'm going to jump back to desktop over here. All right, you see those become highlighted again. I can change them. And I'm going to save that so that we can see what that looks like now on the front end. All right, so close this and then just refresh. Okay, so once that's loaded up, we can hover over it, and you can see now we have the yellow for our hover states. Okay, so the next thing we want to build would be our button in the bottom, in the right hand side. So let's add in that button. Okay, so once the button is added in over there, we also want to make sure that we're going to change this into the colors that we want it to be. So for me, it's already in button. This here is not a very good call to action, so I'm going to say get started, which is the same as what we had in the example before. For link over here, I'm just going to put in a £, or a hashtag, however you want to call it. And then we're going to go design, and we're going to hit button. Button background, I want to change this again to 171717. Right, so that's matching the background color. And button icon, I also want to make sure that this one only shows on hover. Okay, and I think that's the only changes I want to make for that particular button. Now what we want to do is we want to add in a gradient for the row. All right, so we're going to actually start doing some work on the row now. So the gradient that we want to add in, well, to get to the settings in Divi 5 is quite an easy task as well. You can just come here by clicking row. Right, you can also come here by just hovering over anything. When you see the green like that, you can also just click, and that'll take you straight to the row. All right, just like the same if you click on anywhere here where this one is highlighted. No longer do you need to go and click on the actual gear icon in order to get to the settings. So that's quite cool in Divi 5 as well. All right, so I'm going to go to the row settings, and I'm going to go to the background, and I'm going to give this a gradient. Okay, so the first gradient I want to give is I want to make it transparent. And then this I want to pull all the way to about 50%. Right, then the second one, let's see if it's still in the save. Yes, it is. Okay, so this one is the yellow that we were using, and I want to pull this one down to about 75%. Okay, once he's there, I then want to make sure that, if you recall, our design shows that it's left to right, it's not top to bottom. So let's just change that as well by coming down to the gradient direction and making that 90. All right, so that's left to right. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could just stop here already and be happy with that. But nope, we want to go a little bit further, right? So we want to make sure that we have the same pattern. And we can add that pattern just by clicking on patterns and again adding the pill pattern. Right, so it's going to give us the original size, but we don't want that size. We want it to be custom size, and we want to make it 1. Okay. And we want to change the pattern color as well. Let's see if I got this color. What does this do? Okay, so it gives a little bit of a darker color there. But the other thing is we want to do is we want to give this a bit of a vertical offset and kick it down by about 20 pixels. Okay, so the reason we do that is to try and line up the lines on the side here. Okay, so once that is done, next thing we can add in is our mask. So the mask we're going to add in over here is the chevrons. So I'll just click chevron. So this works in quite nicely because it helps to draw your attention to the button. So the mask color we want to use is the same as everything else, 171717, so that it comes in quite nicely. Okay, also be sure that when you use the masks in these kind of, be sure to keep it as a stretch to fill mask size, because that'll ensure that it covers the horizontal space without compromising the mask design. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we also want to go into our design tab, and for spacing, let's give this a padding of 5 top and bottom, Okay, so that's giving it a bit of a better spacing size there. It's not taking up too much. The next thing we want to do is we want to come and give this rounded corners of 50 pixel border. Okay, so that's giving us the nice round effect that we get there. But then for the left border, we also want to make sure that that border width is 50. So when that kicks in, you can see then it gives us this nice little effect on the side over here, where you can clearly see the border come around. But obviously we don't want to leave it that color. We want to change this into the same color that everything else is, 1717, so that it fits our actual border and or our main header and fits in with the design. Okay, and once that is done, we probably also want to ensure that this is vertically aligned, because currently it's like squashed to the top. So we can do that if we jump into our row. Okay, so we jump into the second column and design spacing, padding, and just give this 13 pixels top and 13 pixels bottom, and then that gives us a nice little, it looks like it's in the middle, right? If my eyes are not deceiving me. And I think that is it. So if we save this and we go jump into the front end now, and there you go. We have our whole header set up over here with our button over here, and I've got our background mask also including the pattern. There's one more thing that for me is I also want to add in here is to ensure that it sticks with the rest of the design. You can see it's falling short, so there's leaving up this space over here. We can overcome that also by just jumping back into the row settings, going to design, sizing, use custom gutter width, and we can also just change this max width to 80, and we don't want it to be 80 pixels, but we want it to be 80%. So that's the nice thing with Divi 5s. You can see all the units measurement over here, and you can select them as you want to use them. So we want to make this 80% to make sure that it always takes up 80% of the device that you're viewing it on. Let's hit save. Let's go view it in the front end again. And there now it's similarly aligned with the rest of the content, so it looks much nicer. All right, maybe one final thing you want to do for this particular header is you want to make it sticky. So let's go back to the theme builder over here. Let's select the section settings and we want to go advanced, scroll effects, and under scroll effects here we just say stick to top. All right, everything else leave as it is, and we just go save. Now if we go refresh this one in the front again, and we scroll down, you see the header stays there. So it will always be there for you to access our call to action button. All right, so that is it. That's how you can quite easily use or add background masks and patterns to a Divi header to bring out a desired effect that you want. I hope this tutorial will be useful for you, and if it has, do hit that like button to let me know. I'm planning to post more Divi tutorials as I learn more about Divi. So remember to hit the subscribe button to ensure you will not lose out. Your feedback is valuable, so please do leave a comment with any questions or suggestions for future videos. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.